Hey guys, what's going on? In this video I'm going to show you how I made $1,000 yesterday using Jeff Williams' Market Navigator service from Raging Bull. And so I'll leave a link in the description. You can come and check out the review that I did with all the other videos that I'm doing. This is a service that I'm really focusing on at the moment because it's really good. Really enjoying it. I think it's really helpful. Highly suggest people check this out if you're looking to do a SPY trade every single day with commentary and help from somebody who's been doing this for a decade, Jeff Williams. And so this is a review. I'm trying to update it. It's something that I'm really focusing on. I've been putting the videos in here, so it's definitely the place where you can find all this information. So I'm trying to do this daily. It's hard. Sometimes I miss the trade. Sometimes I'm not able to participate in them. In those cases, I'll try and keep this article updated with different, different trades and things, but got a lot going on. So whenever I can make these videos, I will. I think this service is worth checking out. I've got a link in the description here, not in the description, in the actual article, which is here, which takes you to the landing page where you can buy the service. It's $599 a year, which is an absolute bargain, given that if you're using reasonable amounts of money in your position sizes like I am, you can make that back in a trade or two without too much difficulty. Like I said, it's a single SPY trade a day. Get that gone. Crazy video gone. Let's see, so quick look at the landing page before we get into the results from yesterday. So let's have a look down. Really good views on Trustpilot, 4.7 out of 5. I totally agree. It's one of the most consistent strategies and teaching services I've come across for a long time. Every day at 9 AM, you get the SPY Trade of the Day email. This was yesterday's email to kind of show you what you get if you're new to looking at these things. Really good, so it goes over the markets, gives you some information on that. Then of course the important economic calendar, so you're aware what could happen throughout the day. Then a morning update. So yesterday markets are slightly higher in early pre-market. There was all the bank stuff. European markets are green. Going through it. Then a list of the earnings this week, which is pretty useful. Kind of a big week. And so some educational stuff, some brief overview of the markets. Now he doesn't go into too much detail because he talks about a lot of this stuff in real time in the chat room. So that's one particular thing you might want to be aware of. To get the most of the service, you want to be able to listen, at least be on your computer and listening to his commentary throughout the morning. That's really helpful for these things. You can just use the trade alerts that come out via the app, but to be honest, it's much better if you can listen to his commentary as he talks through his thought processes, and a lot of people are enjoying that and finding it really useful. This was yesterday's email. I'm going to show you the trades that I did. So my morning trade plan, he said I'll be watching for an early pullback. He loves this. This is basically every thing. He's looking for pullbacks to get into longs, and obviously the opposite for shorts as well. And so he loves this mid-morning reversal. This is where I look for market change of direction, 11 to 11:30. If I see a morning run up, then I look for pullback. So pretty straightforward technical stuff that he does. He's got a really high win rate, like 80%. Anyway, these were the trades of the day, which he does at least one of, right? So this is the main trade. He sometimes does other ones, but this is the main core of the service. So he was looking for April 24th, 411 calls yesterday. And so if we look at the market from yesterday, so zoom in here, we had this pullback and then this nice rally up, and so it worked out pretty well. It was a little hairy for a while. I'll show you the reasons why in a second. So let's just look at the alerts. So I put them together in this PowerPoint. So he actually changed the strike price. So this is what he sent out via the app, this top section here. So he said the SPY trade a day is now April 24th, 410s. The calls with the target entry 450 if the SPY pulls back at the open. And then what I've done here is put the actual alerts that come out via the app. These are from the Raging Bull dashboard, but you get this basically from the app. So this point here at 9:09 my time, or 10:09 Eastern, he bought a starter position on the 410 calls. So let's look where we were at 9:09 on SPY. So 9:09, I'll just mark the price here. So 9:09 my time is right here. So let's go on here. This is the 5-minute chart. That's close enough. So let's go here. So he started buying calls here, which is a little bit sketchy because obviously we had kind of a sell-off here. But he timed a good entry to average down which was, let's have a look. So at 1:02 Eastern, he averaged in. New average is a lot lower, so 433 instead of 468. And so he got in at 12:02 my time. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so he averaged in around here. And so that would obviously bring his average down to kind of this level. And so I thought that was really good. Quick dip, and then this thing just rallied right up into the close. And my plan was something very similar. I didn't follow him exactly. But you can see he sold half and then sold another half. I'll zoom down a little bit. So I'll show you what he did first, and I'll show you what I did with screenshots as well. So 2 hours later, he sold at 477. So from 433. And this is what we're looking for, these base hits. So 10-15% is usually what he's aiming for. So he sold half then, and then half an hour later he sold another half at 515. So roughly, you know, like about $5 average for the sells and about 433. So about 433 to 5 was the trade. Took most of the day, which is longer than usual. However, sometimes he does swing these, and there was a chance that he was going to swing trade these. Thankfully, he didn't, because sometimes the biggest losses with this service can come from swing trading these. So I was glad to see this worked out really nicely. And so I traded this as well. Didn't follow him exactly. Let's see what I did again. I put some of my screenshots here. So I put my orders in. Let's see where we're at. So yeah, my times were a bit off. I averaged in and ended up with a better average, I think. Let's see. So these were my buys. Yeah, so I was buying some at 401. So I guess I ended up buying a little higher than he did, and then averaging down significantly, which was cool. And then I sold back up at 5 as well. So that was pretty good. Those are my orders. I went quite big with this. I have a fairly big account. And so there was my profits for that day. So these are the calls, the 410 calls, April 24th. And there's the profit for the day on that trade. So the cool thing with this is you can also do it for futures as well, right? So generally, like, you could also take a futures trade on this. Let's have a look at what ES did as well. So we had this big bull run up yesterday as well. So pretty good. Average down, and boom, this thing goes up nicely. So that was basically the trade. I think the fact that he was able to talk us through it in the chat room was really, really helpful. And it was a good trade. So I'm really enjoying the service. I highly recommend checking it out, especially if they're running a deal or anything. There's a lot of education as well, which you can talk about in a different video. But going forward, I'm going to try and show as many of these trades as I can. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth showing people evidence like this, that I'm taking these trades and that they actually work. They don't work all the time, but Jeff is really good at risk management, right? So he's able to basically cut his losses. He's able to average in when needed. He's just a really good trader, and he wins 80% of the time, has a positive profit factor, and as long as you're careful, this is a really valuable service in my mind. I think it's something that, especially, I would say anybody can benefit from it, but novice traders are probably going to enjoy it a lot because of the amount of hand-holding you get. So I think it's something that you guys should check out. Again, I'll leave the full review in the description below where you can go and check everything out. I give some more details in here, as well as links to go and join at a special discounted rate, which I negotiated with Raging Bull to get for you guys specifically. So, alright guys, hopefully that's helpful. I'll talk to you in the next video.